roasted pimento cheese to it to give it kind of a, you know.
What's up? It's Luis from America's Best Restaurants, and we travel the country coast to coast to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. And this week, we're in Columbus, Indiana, and we're at a restaurant called Big JT's BBQ. We're gonna talk to JT, who's not Big JT, and you'll find out more about that, but it's a good thing. Plus, we're gonna get to see some of their dishes like their award-winning brisket, plus a few other things. And look, I know you're hungry because you're watching this, so why don't you come with me? Let's go check it out. All right, everybody, so now we are inside Big JT's BBQ. We're here with the main man, JT. JT, first of all, thank you so much for having us. We really, really appreciate it. And I gotta tell you, when I walked in, that barbecue smell just kind of slapped me in the face and woke me up, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready now. So I gotta ask you, how did you get started in the restaurant industry and why barbecue? Other than the fact that it's awesome. So tell me your story.
Well, first, thanks for coming. We appreciate you guys. So my journey in barbecue started 2009.
Okay.
Gonna get a little sad, but my dad passed away unexpectedly.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, he was a football coach. He was, you know, really tied into the community and everything, and he loved barbecue.
Okay.
He couldn't cook it, but he loved it.
Okay.
So I was like, well, what can I do? I was working at the sheriff's department at that point in time. I was like, so what can I do to kind of carry on his legacy of, you know, who he was?
Okay.
And a lot of people think Big JT is me. Big JT is actually my dad.
Oh.
They called him Big Jim.
Okay.
So I kind of took that, you know.
That's cool.
But anyways, I was like, I don't have the patience to try and coach middle school football.
Okay.
You know, I played in college. I don't have the patience to try and teach right now. He loved barbecue. He loved cooking. He loved food. I said, I'm going to try and cook barbecue.
Okay.
Something that he would love to do.
Okay.
So 2009, got my first Weber kettle.
Okay.
Started cooking on that. And then later on that year, I found out about competition barbecue.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, what else is an overweight guy going to do? You know, we're going to compete in barbecue.
All right.
So go compete in my very first contest in Madison, win first place brisket.
Wow.
Hook was set. So that kind of laid the groundwork for it. We used to travel all over the country, cook barbecue contests. We were cooking a local one here in Franklin.
Okay.
Got approached by a couple guys that had been through my line 2 or 3 times because we were vending as well.
Okay.
And they made me an offer I couldn't turn down to get into being a restaurateur.
Okay.
So was there 2 years, kind of learned what to do, what not to do. Honed kind of barbecue along the way, and then 2018 we opened up down here, Big JT's BBQ here in Columbus.
Nice. That's a great story, man. That's awesome. Well, congratulations on all that with all your, because you won several competitions, right?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
We've got just a few awards on the walls, you know.
Yeah.
We've got several more in boxes.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So your main claim to fame, because I know we talked off camera, your main claim to fame here is your brisket, right?
I would say so. It's the one thing that we can't cook enough of on a daily basis.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you told me a story. What was it, the other day or something like that? That you told one of your employees. You're like, is that clock right? Because it was like 12:30 in the afternoon, and you had already ran out.
And we'd already sold out of just about everything.
So well, that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. You also told me, he's like, today I make sure I made more brisket because you guys were coming.
Right.
Because you didn't want to run out.
We threw an extra one on the pit just to make sure you guys would have it.
That's awesome. Now, is that your favorite thing to make in barbecue, the brisket, or do you like doing something else better?
You know, I think brisket is my favorite because it's kind of the milestone in barbecue. It's one of those meats that when you first start out, you know, I had to ruin several briskets, probably hundreds of briskets.
Oh, wow.
Before I got to where I feel confident in every day, you know, knowing just picking it up or touching it, and I'm like, okay, that's done. Or okay, it needs 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. But I think brisket's kind of that the thing that just, it's my favorite meat to cook because it's complicated.
So now for you, when it comes to cooking the barbecue and everything, especially the brisket, right? Do you know when it's done, like by touch, by color? Like, what do you go by?
In the beginning, I had several $100, thermometers, and you just get to the point to where you've cooked enough of them, the color it's supposed to be, like, when the bark gets a little sticky, it's kind of rendered that fat out. You can pick it up, and if it just kind of goes limp over, it's done. Okay. There's just a certain feeling you get when you've cooked enough of them and you know where that's at. Now, if I use a thermometer, it's just to see how tender it is going in and out. I don't really even look at the numbers. Okay. Very cool.
Well, we have 3 major things here. Of course, we got to start with the staple, right? Right. So this right here, brisket. Okay.
That's the moist brisket. So it's going to be from the point and the flat. Okay. That in my experience is the best part of the brisket. If I'm going to eat it, I'm going to eat that. Call it moist or fatty. That's what I want.
That falls apart. That's awesome, man. Wow. Really good. Wow.
And then if you want a really good treat, take a piece of brisket, some of our homemade pickles. Try that.
Okay. I'm gonna do that off camera. I don't want to cause a problem for Austin recording. Okay, so this next one right here.
That's our smoked turkey breast.
Okay. That you don't see a lot in barbecue.
Well, the thing about it is, when people think of turkey, I think it's our second best meat behind brisket. When people think of turkey, they think of like grandma's dry turkey breast at Thanksgiving, and that's completely opposite of what you got here.
That's good. That's really good. I like the spices you put on it.
Yeah. It goes a little spicy, but not too over, just enough to kind of kick it up a little bit.
No, that's good, man. Really good. Now, this is a little different.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this and where did this come from?
So, there was a guy who owned a place in Seymour. His name was Dennis, Flying Pink Pig. Okay. He's not there anymore, but I would drive from my house to Seymour once a week, and he would make a smoked bologna sandwich.
Okay.
So I took that, and then I kind of kicked it up a little bit and added the roasted jalapeno pimento cheese to it to give it kind of a, more of a southern kind of twist on it.
That's very unique. Really good. Wow. And of course, you have the sides.
We got all the sides. We've got our pit baked beans. They're normal baked beans. We just kind of add, pork, brisket, whatever we have left over. Cook them on the smoker. Right. Let them render down. Mac and cheese. The coleslaw, which is a creamy based coleslaw. It's Indiana. We can't do vinegar here. We tried.
Right.
There's a little bit of Creole flavor in it, just to kind of little Creole mustard and stuff in it, just to give it a little bit different than just your standard coleslaw. And then probably the best side we have is our loaded potato salad. Okay. It's another thing that people will just come in here and buy quarts of potato salad for family get-togethers.
So when you run out, people riot?
Yes.
Okay, we can't have that. Please don't damage the building. I'm just joking. Now, the sauces. Tell me about the sauces.
So we originally started out with about 5.
Okay.
And we noticed, especially with COVID, the only ones that were getting a lot of love were the sweet and the spicy.
Okay, gotcha.
So we went from having the sweet, spicy. We had a mustard base. We called it 24 karat gold.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
We had the vinegar, and then we had one that was a Texas style, just earthy, like ancho, that kind of flavor profile. But these two were the ones that kind of got the most love as far as how much we would go through. So COVID came around, we just kind of pared down. Instead of making all 5 sauces, we just make the 2. But we will make, we have people that love the Carolina or the 24 karat gold. So if people want it, we'll make it for them. We just need a couple days notice, we'll make them a gallon of it.
Okay, very cool. And I also, from what I understand, because when I walked in, I saw the banner, and the banner says, "Ask us about catering." So let me ask you, talk to me about catering.
So we love doing catering.
Okay.
We do weddings. We do family reunions, company picnics, kind of whatever you want. Like our slogan is like 50 to 5,000, you know.
Okay.
But, you know, we love to do it. We've got a big outlaw smoker out front that we can take on site. We do whole hog barbecue as well.
Oh, wow.
We've done several on-site whole hog barbecue weddings and events. We just, any way we can get our food to the public, we'll do it.
Love it. But I also know that you guys do a little bit of things with NASCAR. Is that right?
Yeah, so we've had a few, probably the last 3 years.
Okay.
Had a couple NASCAR teams reach out to us, and every year at the Brickyard, we're up there, you know, serving 2 or 3 different teams. We get to be in the pits, get logos on the car. It's
cool.
a pretty cool, you know, experience. So,
Very cool. Very cool. Look, everybody, if you're looking for more restaurants like Big JT's Barbecue, if you like restaurant content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you know whenever we drop a new episode. Now, JT, how can people find out more information about your restaurant?
So we have a Facebook page. We also have a website, www.bigjtscraftbbq.com.
Okay.
Or you can hit us up, email. There's an email form there if you want to inquire about catering, whole hog services, anything like that. Shoot me a line. It goes to my phone. I'll pretty much answer you 24/7 if I'm awake.
Okay.
Other than that, stop in and see us. You know,
That's it. So what's the address here?
300 Hope Avenue, Columbus, Indiana.
Love it. So look, if you are local, you need to come here. If you want some awesome barbecue, you got to come here multiple times a week, of course. And if you're traveling, and you want great barbecue, and you're passing through Columbus, or it doesn't matter what direction you're going, just deviate from it, come to Columbus, come to Big JT's, get some great barbecue. And look, that's pretty much it for us, because I'm gonna eat this stuff. I know that Austin is ready to crush this brisket, and we're gonna see you guys on the next one. You can also find a full listing for them on americasbestrestaurants.com. That's it for us. See you on the next one.